7-7 ball game, 4:25 to go in the first half here at Park Vista High School. Both teams badly wanting to wrap up or still vie for district title in this game. And on first down, it's going to be Sullivan on the keeper, and Sullivan with a nice little 5-yard gain there.
Yeah, Sullivan's doing a nice job. He's known for throwing the ball, but I like what I see about his reads. He's making good reads on the veer, and he's got pretty quick feet. I'm surprised. I didn't know he had that good feet, but he's keeping them off balance, and that's what you have to do. You have to run some plays that are going to get yardage regardless of what they are.
Well, Sullivan, we saw him a year ago against Atlantic when they were playing for a district title and did not play. He played well in that game. Park Vista did not play very well and ended up losing that. And now the give up the middle there. And
you might have a fumble, Dan.
Looks like there might be a fumble, but we're not getting any signal as to a change of possession. But it looks like it is recovered by Selicourt.
The ball was on the ground, and you never know what goes down in the middle of the pile down there, but Park Vista evidently come up with it. We're 3rd and 1 here at the Park Vista 36.
3:15 and counting as Park Vista going to try to grind it out here in LakeWorth and maybe be content to keep it 7-all at the half. Sullivan, the give up the middle, and breaking free is Norfus, and Norfus with a good gain before he's pushed out of bounds at about the 43-yard line.
We're seeing some great running by both sets of running backs on each side of the ball. Norfus did a little spin move in the hole, and LakeWorth thought they had him tackled at the line of scrimmage, but I'm telling you, you got to tackle these backs with 3 or 4 people because we're really seeing some great running. Here's a little spin move right here, and that you don't teach. And he gets outside here. He needs to move the ball over with his other hand, but he does, and they push him out of bounds at the LakeWorth 43.
That was Marquise McNeil, very explosive and going to be a very good player, making the tackle. All right, they give up the middle there, and nothing going for Norfus. By the way, we have a score update, which is an important one for this game. Royal Palm Beach is leading Palm Beach Central 14-0 in the second quarter.
Yeah, Royal Palm Beach won't lose that game to Palm Beach Central. I saw Central play last week against a very weak Wellington team and barely beat them.
Let's go, offense, let's go, let's go!
And some very intense looks on the sideline here. So we've got a very close battle. 2:10 to go, and 2nd and 8 for Park Vista. Up the middle, the give is to Selicourt, and he's going to be pushed back pretty quickly, and a late flag on the play. Not sure what that's about, but it probably is in the personal foul category.
It's the JPS just plain stupid, is what it was. The culprit, if we can get his number, is the free safety or one of the safeties for LakeWorth. And it was so obvious, the back judge. Number 60, I believe, is the perpetrator, and there's no reason for that. It's just, why are you jumping on a pile when the guy's already down on the ground? And he's getting an earful from Coach Lowe.
I'm sure he is at the moment, because that moves Park Vista up to the 25-yard line now, and 2 minutes left in the half, and LakeWorth is going to take a timeout. As the Trojans reeling a little bit here, and Park Vista would love nothing more to punch this in and take a 7-point lead into halftime.
That's a very good timeout by Eric Lowe. Dan, you're really good looking in this picture.
I could watch myself all night, I tell you. Not really.
We've got a great ball game here, don't we?
Absolutely.
We've got a lot of action,
Terrific.
not tremendous amount of scoring, but we've got great runs, good blocking, good defense, and I'll tell you what, both teams are moving the ball with some consistency.
Are you surprised at how the intensity of Park Vista thus far in the game? Because talent-wise, early on you were thinking that they really didn't have the talent to hang with this LakeWorth team, but they are putting up a good fight.
Well, when Park Vista drilled Jupiter early in the season, I knew they had a pretty good football team. I know they have a sound coaching staff, and I think that their preparation for this game was outstanding. I think they've come up with a good scheme, and it's just going to determine and they're playing on the mistakes of LakeWorth. Let's face it. You make mistakes, you're going to lose.
All right, here we are, 1st and 10. And the give up the middle again to Norfus, and Norfus again fighting for yards. Boy, Norfus has really had a good ball game. Jeremy Norfus, the senior fullback, 4-year starter, is really being a difference in this game for.
I want to know,
Cobras.
was that his mom that we interviewed before the game?
I
think it was. And watch this. Watch his legs go. Now, he likes that little spin move out to the left, but his legs are still churning. And, boy, he's made some great runs.
That move has bought him some extra yards time and again here in the first half. Doesn't get a chance to make that move this time, but he is very close to the first down. And I think he's going to have it. But let's see, the officials are taking a look. 1:07 to go. The clock stopped now while they move the markers.
Give a lot of credit once again to Mayat, Schoenfeld, Hodges, Ferenc, Poro. Those guys are doing a great job up front.
So now the ball on the 15-yard line, and it's first down with 50 seconds, 57 to go in the game. On the left side, it's Selicourt. Selicourt, though, is taken down pretty quickly. A very nice tackle there. I didn't catch the number, but I thought it might be Marquise McNeil on the tackle. And it was. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout, Park Vista, as the clock was ticking. 41 seconds to go here in the half. And are they going to keep it on the ground, Coach, or do you think this is where we might chance it and air one out a little bit?
Well, I think you're going to have to throw the ball because it's pretty apparent to me that they're going to they're trying to stop the tailback. The defense is designed to stop the tailback, and they've stopped him fairly well, and the fullback's just chewing up the yardage. What's really going to be interesting, Dan, is what adjustments LakeWorth makes at halftime, because they're going to have to make some. They're going to have to figure out a way to defend the veer a lot better than they've done so far in the first half.
Both Dodds and Eric Lowe, by the way, coached together in the Outback All-Star game, so they know each other. And,
and I coached Eric Lowe in the first Outback All-Star game, so that makes me like ancient.
And I was working here in 1986, the last time LakeWorth won a district title. So Sullivan on the keeper up the middle, and he's got some room and a good gain for Sullivan. And now we're going to have a 1st and goal for Park Vista.
It's almost as Park Vista has kept this kid from running the ball the whole year, because I have not seen him run the ball this many times in this season. And they picked a heck of a time to come out and exploit the LakeWorth defense. 24 seconds.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, because Dodds has said that he needs to run more on rollouts as we're looking for the end zone on first here. No signal yet, though.
They better call a timeout if they have one.
They are calling timeout. But was it in time?
Yeah, I think they got it with about 2 seconds.
The clock is showing no time remaining in the half. And we've got coaches coming onto the field and a little confusion. And we're going to see if we adjust the clock and if Park Vista gets one more play.
Well, we got some time here. You made a great point. The coach would like to see him run more. Well, what you do with that kind of situation is you give him plays that he has to run. And he's shown that he can run. Sometimes they get so much in love with their arm, they want to throw the ball down the field all the time. But when you put him in the veer, they're going to have to run the ball. And he's got very good capabilities of running. He's got very quick feet.
He's 5'9", 160 pounds, a sophomore. We saw some potential in him last year in the 4th quarter of that Atlantic game, and he is showing good control and good leadership here tonight. And from what I hear, they are putting 15 ticks back on the clock. So obviously timeout was called much earlier than the clock person realized.
The LakeWorth's defensive front is leaving the middle of over the center wide open. There's nobody on the center. And when you do that down by the goal line, you can't stop the quarterback sneak. You have to pinch what's called A gap, and they've got big old Joseph Looney there right now.
All right, so 2nd and goal. And there's whistles right away. And did we get a timeout, or I didn't see any flags.
LakeWorth coaching staff is on the field, so
timeout LakeWorth.
they must have called the timeout.
And they've got some to burn here, so I would imagine they wanted to see the formation that the Broncos or the Cobras came out in.
Now that play was wide open. The fullback off tackle was in the end zone, so don't out-coach yourself, Brian. Run the same play, because I don't think they can stop that in the defense that they're in. Down here, Dan, when it's this close to the goal line, you've got to take a chance from the second level of defenders.
Nowhere on that play was Sullivan. As a matter of fact, it looked like he was lucky to hold on to the football. Or did he fumble? No. Now they're going to try to run another play. 2-1, there's a whistle. And a timeout again, LakeWorth.
Why would LakeWorth
Why would you do that?
Call timeout? Oh my goodness.
That's just going to give Vista another chance here.
Oh my goodness. The clock ran out, was going to run out. They could not get the ball snapped.
Yeah, the clock was
And
LakeWorth's friend.
They gave him another play by calling timeout.
Oh. Now, I wonder if that was the coaches who did, or did a player mistakenly call timeout?
I don't know, but I hate being right. He went back to the quarterback sneak, which is big Joseph Looney just lit the center up and pushed him right in the backfield.
And Park Vista's not going to fool around here. They are going to try to put 3 on the board. Dietrich Opdam with the hold, or on the attempt. About a 19-yard attempt here. Up and in, and that mistake cost LakeWorth 3 points as the time runs out here in the first half. And Park Vista takes a 10-7 lead into the locker room.
Boy, I'll tell you, Dan, the game was so well played up until about 40 seconds to go in the half, and then there were a bunch of mistakes made on both sides of the field. Park Vista a little bit overcoaching. I mean, that off-tackle play was wide open there, and then LakeWorth, terrible mistake.
All right, Rick Blackwell is down on the field, and I think he wants to get a word with Brian Dodds here. Let's see if he can. All right, Rick, are you ready?
They called timeout at the end?
Yes.
Wow, that was a break,
Thank
huh?
goodness. Let's go.
With the coach, Brian Dodds for Park Vista. First of all, crazy sequence there at the end, but I guess you wanted 7, but you're lucky to walk away with it.
Yeah, we're very fortunate. We didn't have any timeouts left. The clock was running, and fortunately they called a timeout. They must have thought we had a timeout left, but they went ahead and called it, gave us an opportunity for the field goal there at the end.
2 great offensive teams. I guess I was expecting maybe more of an offensive matchup, but the bottom line is your defense is playing pretty good against Star Jack.
Yeah, so far we're very happy. Obviously, I think the wind has a little bit of factor going into the win, but they're playing very well so far. But, you know, second half, we need to play well the second half.
All right, what are you going to tell your kids now at halftime when you go into the locker room?
Well, last week we didn't perform well in the second half, and now it's time. We have to perform well if we want to get the job done.
There's a lot on the line. Are the kids tense? Are they feeling the pressure, or do you feel good about the way they're playing?
I think they're in the game. I think both teams are. I think LakeWorth's playing very well, and I think we are too. And both teams want it. They're playing very hard.
It's been an entertaining first half. Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck. All right, Brian Dodds, the coach over at Park Vista. And, guys, it has been an entertaining half of football. 2 great teams. Back to you.
All right, and we will be back with the second half right after this timeout.